Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Friday night watch talk. I am your host, Bobby Legs. Hope you guys had a great week. Just a program note this Sunday. I think there's going to be no watch soup. Anyway, no watch soup hosted by me. Perhaps Sanjay or um, Clayton will host. Mrs. Legs is throwing a little get together for me. It's going to be my birthday's on Monday. It's a big one, 50, and so she's having some friends over on Sunday. So I don't want to have to kick them out early just because of Watch Soup. Although I just don't think she'd like that. So anyway, let's glad I got that out of the way. Hey, how you guys doing this evening? I think I'm going to be joined by Dib very shortly, and we'll see. And if anybody wants to come on, we'll talk about it. See if you guys want to come on. Hey, let's talk about what I have on my wrist. I have the Citizen Pro Dive. Was it 200 meter? I think next week I should probably go to the optometrist. Anyway, 200-meter eco drive, great little diver. Odd shape. It's got this shroud on it. Very cool though. Maxi indices and hands and looms up very very well. It looked like it could come out of like a Seiko playbook, right? But it's a great piece and a lot of fun to wear. Nice strap. Very very hardy watch for sure. Hey, let's say hello to the chat, shall we? And anyway, look, I mean, like, if you got any watch questions, we can also, sit on the couch. And if you are going through some sort of dilemma, like I am always going through, let's talk it out. Let's have a crowdsource here to help you get through what you might be getting through. Um, Deech is here. What's going on? And he's wearing a tuna tonight. That's what this watch kind of reminds me of. Deech, I know you have a few of these. Um, Kind of reminds me of a tuna because of the whole shroud thing. Um, Kevin S is here. How you doing? Joey B, what is up? Good to see you. Mr. Steve Time Hill, how are you? Bruno, hey bud, good to see you. Um, DJ still here. There he is. Hey, it's Rob wearing his sapphire sandwich night. Oh man, some of the guys I know recently. Somebody picked up a. I'm not gonna. No, I'll let him say it. He'll probably be in the chat. I don't want to ruin it for him. But another guy I know picked up a sapphire sandwich today. Man, that is a great watch. If I had totally planned it out a little bit better, and of course, you know, with life that throws you some curveballs. Not major curveballs here, but just we just been doing a lot of work in the home, and the kids' school is expensive. If I planned it out better, I would have gifted myself a sapphire sandwich for my 50th. But that's not going to work out this year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year for when I turn 51. I'll be like, okay, this is for my 50th, right? Um, but congratulations, Rob. I don't know if that watch is new to you or not. But it's a great watch. Chaz is saying, looking forward to another Friday night of high horological entertainment. Well, I don't know. I don't know. We'll do our best, man. Hey, Cowboy Swami's here. BJ, what is up? How are you? Ken Spear, checking in from Pittsburgh, of course. FP Wilson, good to see you. Thanks, BJ. Appreciate it. Bill K is here. Evening, Watch Fanatics. Evening to you. Um, Teach is saying very nice to Joy B, and I have some thoughts as I own two. Could be an entire stream. Oh boy. Well, Deech, if you want to come on and share some thoughts, I'll put the invite on the chat. Um, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Um, Thanks, Bruno. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bobby Fitty. That's right. Steve is wearing his Yacht Master tonight. Excellent. Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it. Hey, Rick, how are you? Good to see you. Mez9. What is going on, man? Good to see you. Hey, Caliber's here. How are you, man? Oh, thanks, Chaz. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. I got my first AARP mailing a few weeks ago. They kind of like they hit you up before you turn 50, right? Just right before. I felt like I was getting recruited, you know. Wayben is here. Hey, Wayben, what's going on? Yeah, I know, Deech. You got a few of them. Um, Ashtray Watch. Yeah, yeah. Seiko Playbook, huh? Yeah, yeah, Kevin. No, am I wrong? Am I wrong? I don't know. It kind of reminds me of it. Um, there's Justin, strapped in. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Um, Navy Blue Monster TGIF got the King Seiko SJE 083 on wrist tonight. Thanks, Caliber. I appreciate it. Let's get Rob a cane, a walker, a wheelchair. Happy? Yeah, absolutely. Zin 103. Classic 12 tonight from Chaz. Uh-uh. Honestly, any sandwich is a good gift. I had, speaking of sandwiches, like, we kind of um didn't know what we were gonna make for dinner tonight. And anyway, so like I ended up, the kids had grilled cheese sandwiches, and I had like a tuna melt. I made a tuna melt, man. It was nice, homemade tuna melt. It was really good. Rick is wearing his GP Laureato black ceramic today. Very nice. Sapphire sandwich is tough on the teeth, absolutely. Kevin S is wearing his Seiko Chrono, SRQ 029. Just celebrate 50 next year with a Speedy. Maybe I will. Hey, what's up, Dib? How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Thanks, Dib, for showing up. Hey, guys, ask Dib anything. That's the theme tonight.
I,
Ask Dib anything. Watch related.
I did not realize that was the theme.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm gonna. I feel like I just want to surprise you a little bit. Speed Demon tonight for Justin R. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, chat. Come on, man. This should cover the first year. Well, thanks for the super chat, buddy. That's amazing, and thank you so much. You've been and still continue to be a great supporter of the channel. Really appreciate it. So silly. Anish. Oh, good evening, Anish. How you doing? What's going on? Dib, what do you have on wrist tonight, man?
Peacock?
The peacock, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope you guys ask some Grant Seiko questions for Deb. Um, I think he's still on fire, and everybody's cheering. Yeah, Dib, uh, Bib. I don't know if Steve accidentally put Bib on there, but is that what we're gonna be called? Bib? Like like what's like Brangelina? It's gonna be it's gonna be Bib, Bobby and Dib.
Not looking good there, Bobby.
No, no, I think we could. I think we could probably do better than that. Chat, give us some suggestions on a new name for Dib and Bobby Legs, because I don't think Dib likes Bib. First question, Dib, how's the Pepsi hunt going?
Uh, Not great. Been a year and a half. Even with a decent purchase history, can't get one. We'll see. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If not, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I have other watches, and
Hmm.
I mean, I I kind of stopped asking.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to keep asking, hey, where's my watch, where's my watch, where's my watch. It's a futile exercise, and miracles do happen, for other people. I hope that you guys don't have to wait this long for a steel Rolex. um,
Mm.
you know but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of I have my name in whatever you want to call it list or in the notes of a sales rep at the Rolex boutique nearest me for a Pepsi, right? And you know, uh, I made that request like about a year ago, playing up my birthday, right? My 50th birthday. And to the guy's credit, he was like, he's like, I'll get you the watch. I just don't know when it's gonna happen, you know? Okay. But for the last 6 months, every once in a while, I'll text him and it's just crickets. And so like I don't know where it's at. I'm not really chasing it either. If it happens, it happens. Um, and then there's a AD near me, and I put my name down for Batman. So that was just within the last like month or two. And again, same thing. He said I'll get it to you, but like I just don't know when that'll be. You know what I mean? So um, uh, I think it's kind of like it's not going to happen anytime soon for me. I'm not going to say that for you. I hope it happens sooner for you, and for anybody else who's
I hope
waiting.
it happens
But
sooner for everyone who's
yeah,
waiting. You know,
yeah,
it's still a very good watch. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
It's just that too many people want it, and
Yeah, that's the thing.
they don't receive a lot too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't blame them either. But people do get lucky sometimes here and there.
yeah.
I was just reading a thread on What You Seek forwarded by to my friend. Beans forwarded that to me. Like
Mm.
this guy walked in, uh, and he just got a Pepsi
Mm,
on Oyster. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
you can get lucky. It's
mhm,
just, I guess it depends on the mood of the person that you're talking to, whether they're gonna go bad for you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
mean, look, and look, I haven't, and you mentioned that you stopped asking, and I really, if I really wanted to accelerate accelerate as much as I can, I'd go in there and chat up with the guy, every once in a while, right? Just now I'm like out of sight, out of mind, and I shouldn't get upset or frustrated about it. It is what it is. I mean, like he could only do what he can, um, given the fact that he probably doesn't have much choice of when he can allocate a Pepsi to somebody, because there's other reps, sales reps there as well, and they have their clientele. So whatever, it is what it is. Good question, Rick, and hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed for Dib and for everybody else who's waiting for a piece. Kevin asked, Dib, if a ship was sinking, would you let the women and children get to the lifeboats first? Wow, this is like that Titanic scenario, right?
uh yeah, I'd let them go first. I mean,
Y-
even though we are all about equality, there's certain things that you don't do. Women and children first.
Yeah, yeah. Legs and beard. Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad. That's a good start, Bobby. Okay. Rick says, sounds like it's going well as the day date hunt did.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
Rick's been on the list for a few country variations of the day date for a while, and
mhm,
crickets. It's just like these some of these watches are pretty rare. Like they don't really produce that many, so
yeah.
it is what it is. If it
Kevin,
I'm not going to repeat my line because I know it's going to be repeated like multiple times
oh
later.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, let's get Kevin S's comment out of the way. Dib reverse psychology tactic. The Dib
Uh,
reverse psychology. Sometimes Kevin, I gotta be honest. Sometimes I feel like that's what Dib's doing.
No, no, no. So the whole reverse psychology tactic came into existence when our good friend Bobby Kumar started needling me with the FIFA World Cup, and
Mm,
then whenever I said, "Oh, my team's gonna win," they lose. But when I started saying the opposite, they started winning. So that's how the reverse psychology came into being. But no, it's sincerely that like. It's a 12,000. I mean, I should not be begging for a $12,000 watch.
yeah.
It's what it is.
BJ says, recently put my name down for an Explorer 36. How long do you think it'll take to get a call? Are they still making the 36 now that they have the 40?
They are, and it's
Yeah.
probably one of the easiest Rolex watches to get.
Mm.
Uh, I waited a month and a half for mine.
That was a
Uh,
few years ago, though, right?
Now that was just after it released, and
Oh,
I texted the guy, and he said, "You'll be the first one to get it."
oh, when they went back to the 36.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
so that definitely my friend Sagar went to Cancun, walked in to the Rolex AD, talked a little bit, and they gave him the Explorer 36. So
Hmm.
those are easier to get just because there's not a lot of demand for the 36.
Mm,
Definitely
yeah,
not as much as the 40,
right.
because at the end of the day, that watch felt a little dainty. Bracelet taper was huge. Felt I'm not going to say something to trigger Paul off, but
Mm,
it, it it was dainty.
yeah, yeah. Um, gee, I was to say, man, that cougar has did messed up bad. Um,
Uh, no comments.
Honest question, Dib. Name the two best pre-owned Grand Seiko buys right now.
I think the best. I mean, there are lots of excellent Grand Seikos out there, but the ones which are most visible to Americans or the Western world is the Whirlpool and probably the Momiji, in my opinion. You have the Kiko 2 and the Sanjay SBGY 003, but I think the Momiji and the Whirlpool are the two most dynamic dials that they have made.
Hmm,
Now there's a lot of exquisite dials, if you look at the back catalog, but you'd really have to search for them. So, like
yeah.
they're Japanese only, releases, difficult to find.
Hey, hey, Penny. I don't. When I gave up on getting the Pepsi, that's when it finally came in. So, see, I feel like that's what you're doing, Deb. I think you know that. So,
No, I don't think that's it. Like I'm not saying I give up, but I'm saying texting the AD every few days. Hey, like any word, uh, when do I get my watch in? That's the
yeah,
thing I've started. Like I'm just not doing it anymore.
okay.
It's just that there's no point. If they have the watch for me, they have the watch.
I don't know what this means. Dib, what is the best beard butter product out there?
I don't know, but I don't put anything on my beard, so
Maybe I should do that. Yeah, because it's a little, but I mean, you seem to keep your beard tight, for what I could tell. But it's just keeping it trimmed. That's all you do.
that's about it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Um, Bruno saying Dib and Bobby equals Dibby. Okay, all right.
we'll get there.
Steve saying, what is the recipe for honey balls?
Uh, I haven't made any yet,
Mm,
but it's called gulab jamun. You can go to any Indian store you want,
mm,
grocery store, and they have those quick mix packs. So just follow the instructions and
mm.
go for it.
Okay, there you go.
You need a lot of sugar.
Not a lot of sugar. Dib, what is the Pepsi equivalent of 4 Grand Seiko? Ooh, good
Like
question.
in terms of how difficult it is to get.
Yeah, well, that and well, popular. Yeah, I mean, I think that's basically answers that. Quite. Yeah, yeah. Most difficult to get because that I assume would equal most very popular, very hard to get. That encompasses a
I
lot
don't
of.
think I don't think there's any Grand Seiko that's hard to get nowadays.
Okay, but okay,
Like
so then like iconic Grand Seiko. Besides the Spring Drive, okay, that's easy. The snowflake. Um, what other Grand Seikos there are like iconic status?
I think it might be an unpopular opinion, but I think the White Birch
Hmm.
is gonna
Interesting.
be one of those watches which not they are bleeding. White birches are bleeding. 9100 retail. You can get. You don't have an. You don't even have to buy the watch from any unknown dealer. Watchbox is selling them for 5700
Mm,
used with a 2-year warranty, and
hmm.
that's just such an incredible value in my opinion. Yeah, like if you buy it for 9100, God bless your soul, but you're gonna lose
Yeah,
4 grand.
yeah.
But if you buy it pre-owned, or even if you buy it with a discount, like many, I don't like buying my Grand Seikos pre-owned. unless and until I know it's in perfect nick, because like with the finishing
Yeah.
and the polish. I bought a Grand Seiko quartz piece, the SBGX 341. Seller mentioned it's in the best of shape, minty. I get the watch and it's completely scratched up.
Oh,
So
terrible.
like, I wore the watch for like a week, and then I sold it for a loss.
Yeah.
So I like to buy my Grand Seikos brand new, just because like especially if it's a 44 GS case.
But then how do you avoid, and I know the answer, but just in case people who are watching who don't know you, then how do you avoid paying that full retail price that that hit, avoid taking that hit?
There are plenty of ADs out there who will give you a 10 to 15% discount. I'm
Mm,
sure they can probably go up,
yeah,
but that would depend on your negotiating skills and how hot the watch is in the
yeah,
market. Like I bought this Peacock twice. I did not get a discount single time. I paid
yeah,
full price for it. So some watches you get a discount, some watches you don't.
yeah,
But it at the end of the day, it all comes down to how much you're willing to spend, how much sorry, not how much you're willing to spend, how much you're willing to lose on a Grand Seiko.
yeah.
That would probably be the biggest um, you know factor.
Factor, yeah.
As Kevin's mentioning, SBGY 003, the Ryu Sando, that's one of the few Grand Seikos from the last 2 years that has held value and is above MSRP. 250 pieces sold out immediately. Like
Mm,
one or two, they just got into the ADs, and they were sitting there for maybe like a few hours. So definitely something to check out. You know, lots of Grand Seikos out there. I think sometimes you just give up.
yeah.
It's not worth it.
Kevin, going back to the Rolex talk, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, referring to not going and nurturing that relationship with your sales rep. Agreed. Um, yeah, Dib definitely. Thanks, Thomas. That Dib deserves his best Pepsi, greatest of all time. You're getting the goat. Uh,
Uh,
Birds and the Beard podcast. Okay,
mm,
bearded legs. Wow,
okay.
Bobby Diggs. All right. Hey, Cabby Lake, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Question: When who gets it first? Ricky Day Date or Dib Pepsi or my Polar? Hmm.
Each. I'm going to give you the answer. It'll be you with the polar.
Wow. Wow. Hey, Big Russ is here. He's looking forward to his vacation next week, going to Savannah. Very nice. Savannah is a nice, beautiful little city.
Yeah, it's a great city. Like lots to see, good food, close to the ocean, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Did
gonna
you
be a
did?
bit hot now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you take like one of those little carriage rides throughout Savannah?
I've never been.
Oh,
Like
you never
even
been? Okay.
now, because every time I think, all right, I'll go to Savannah, something or the other comes up, because it's
Yeah,
it's a 4 hour drive for me. So
that's right over the border though, from Georgia though, right? It's like, isn't it on the border of Georgia and South Carolina, Savannah? Or am I
I
thinking of? Okay,
I know it's near the coast, but that's
yeah,
about it.
okay, gotcha. Um, Orange Hand, just like girls, the day you're not interested anymore, you'll get the call. Hmm. I think there's some truth for men and women, both sides of this. Uh, Colin is saying the Explorer 36 should be even easier now that the 40 is back. Agreed,
Yep.
Colin. Good to hear, BJ. Hope to get one soon, and you will. I have a feeling. Please let us know if you do, or when you do. Um, Gary got a 36 Explorer like in 5 weeks. Yeah, yeah, there you go. So, BJ, just be a little patient. You know, you'll get it. You'll get it very quickly or soonish.
I still feel, and again, this is just my opinion. I don't feel the All right, Paul's not here. Uh, I don't feel the new Explorer 36 is worth it. It's a great watch. If you value modern construction, definitely it will be worth it. But the extra amount of money that I'm spending to get the newer reference compared to 114270 or 14270 for like 500 5000 to 5500. I'd rather save the 2 grand, get the mid 2000s reference. That's
Hmm.
just me.
Hmm.
But you know,
How does it wear like a like I've never had it on wrist.
it's the bracelet taper which always, like I do a wrist roll and I'm like it has gone down to 14. Like it goes from 19 to 14, so that's a
Yeah, it's too small.
significant taper.
But okay, but just other than that, other than the bracelets, just like the wrist presence, does it fit, does it wear
It feels
larger than?
dainty. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't wear larger than it is. It wears very
Yeah.
true to
Okay.
size.
Yeah. Because look, I mean, I tried on those 41 oyster perpetuals, and those felt dainty. Those, I mean, those felt like cheap, you know. So, you know, um, okay. Joey B saying, now that we've gotten that out of the way, what are your plans for the end of the day? Joey's having a little fun with the hey, Big Risk. He's only taking one watch. He's taking his solar G-Shock on steel. Yeah, the Casio, right? That's a Casio
Hmm.
reference. Um, I'm not going to read what Bobby says. Um, by Kevin Collins says, buy a Grand Seagull with great water resistance because it's sinking. Oof, harsh, man,
Yeah,
harsh.
I mean, I don't think it's sinking fast. It's like that submarine, deep down the ocean where like it's starting to crumble. Like that last
Mm.
few hours where like it's just gonna crumple like a tin can. That's where Grand Seiko is.
White Birch used is the best bargain. Kevin is saying. Chaz says it's like asking which musician was best in the orchestra on the Titanic. Okay, he's talking. Okay, um, well, you do communicate with your AD, right? Amin's right here. Dib text the AD now. Just 2 words. What are those 2 words that you text your AD? Tell everyone.
I sent him like a text 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just Pepsi time? Question mark.
Yeah, okay. We be cool on Jamin. Dib is playing. Hey, Beans is here. Dib is playing hard to get with his AD.
Oh man,
Hmm.
it's past his bedtime.
Is that true, Dib? Beans, is it past your bedtime? Uh, Dib is done letting his AD play hard with him. Okay. Uh, Khan saying the Ray Sendo was very in demand. Only difference is that these are all limited editions. Pepsi is regular product, but still can't get.
I mean,
Um,
there's that whole dynamic, right? The Grand Seiko is a Grand Seiko. It's not a Rolex, and at the end of the day, they dilute their own product SKU lines by
mm,
releasing a bunch of watches. And honestly, until you really follow Grand Seiko, all of them look the same.
mm,
Like they came out with 544 GS,
hmm
this watches and wonders, and two of like the 300 and the GMT, they're pretty much the same watch, just with the differences a GMT had.
right.
So stuff like that really hurts Grand Seiko, and it's gonna hurt them in the long run, because I think they are still nowhere. Like I don't think they're near the level of any Swiss brand, but
Mm.
they are just cannibalizing their own sales by releasing too many watches that they
Well,
shouldn't.
do you mean by sheer numbers? They're not the
by by
level of.
sheer
Okay.
by sheer numbers, by sheer number of SKUs.
Mm,
It's just, for example, they re-released the Mount Iwate, which was a very hard to get Grand Seiko. It was released early on in 2018, in a 44 GS case, high beat GMT. So at that point, you could only get it in Japan. 2 years down the line, they said, all right, the boutiques in the US and Europe are going to get that watch. Now you can get that watch from NAD, like, because they slip by.
hmm
So what Grand Seiko did, the retail price on the SBGJ 235, that's the one I had, was 6,300 US dollars. Uh, they released a new model, same exact watch, but with a different compound of steel called Ever Brilliant Steel. Same dial, same movement, but the price went up by $1,000.
Mhm.
What they should have done is discontinue that watch, like because they never sold that watch in a like big numbers. So if they had discontinued the watch, let's say in March or sorry April, they keep the value up. Like they're just cannibalizing their own sales. They don't care that their watches go to 2 grand, 3 grand.
Yeah.
Like from 7,000. So neither should people.
Mm.
And there will come a time when people who don't know what Grand Seiko is and they're impressed when they see a watch, that's a different category. But people who know what the brand is, they won't want to buy anything even with a discount. Like you'd have to really persuade me to go to an AD tomorrow and say, "Hey, I want a snow, I want a white birch or I want a black birch or night birch. I don't know which one that is, but give me a 15% discount. All right, here you go, sir." And then after that, you lose 2 to 3 grand. Like every watch depreciates. I'm not saying that it doesn't depreciate. Like a Breitling depreciates, IWC depreciates, but it's it it's the apparent, like when a brand comes into the like the limelight. I think Grand Seiko is having their moment under the sun.
Yeah.
Everybody likes it, and given how people react to the brand, they're definitely the in brand to have. And so when you're an in brand, when you're the it brand, uh, relatively, don't fillet me in the comments by saying, oh, it's the it brand, but a lot of people are buying Grand Seikos. um, you're gonna get more scrutiny.
Mm.
Like, and again, like if a watch depreciated on its own merit, like slow and steady, I'd understand. But the way it's being done, and Grand Seiko doesn't listen to anyone. Like who am I? Who are you? We are nobodies. Like they don't even listen to their own salespeople. So
Mm.
they'll learn. I mean, they're going down the Panerai route. They'll realize that what they have done is a huge mistake. The brand reputation is gone. It's a discount brand. Then they'll limit supply. They'll either cut ads or do like only boutique, and that's how they'll recover, but that will take them a few years. It's going to be the eventual drop and then going up.
Yeah. Mac talks, appreciates the workmanship of Grand Seiko, but can't get himself to like the aesthetics. Colin says, Mr. Wonderful told me Grand Seiko's paddock level quality at Omega prices.
I wouldn't say that, but
Yeah.
the dial quality is second to none.
Mm.
And you can take any Grand Seiko that's out there. And I think Mr. Wonderful's comment was only related to the dials.
Mm.
I don't be. I mean, I love the Grand Seiko cases, but I don't think they're Patek level
Yeah.
quality. The dials definitely.
Hey, big risk here. I'm sitting on some cash now to buy a new Tudor Black Bay 41 5 length T-fit. Going to be tough not spending foolishly in Georgia. You saw these in person, right? Deb? The
I
41.
saw the 41 on a rubber strap, not the T-fit bracelet
Hmm.
or the 5 link.
Hmm. What were your thoughts?
I liked it. It's a
Yeah.
good watch. It's gonna be a great seller. I think when I first learned what Tudor is, I kept thinking, why is there no ceramic bezel on it? But the red aluminum bezel does give it a old world charm,
Yeah.
definitely. So it has a lot going for it. It's $4,500. It has a Meta certified movement. I don't think you can go wrong with the watch.
Joey gets all his watch opinions from Mr. Wonderful. Dial matters. Kevin S is saying, even I'm getting bored with Grand Seiko talk. And
Yeah,
that's saying something. Okay. Sorry.
let's move on.
Well, it's rare to find Black Mirror polish on a watch below 20K. Um, let's see here. Grand Seiko is the islander of Japanese nature. Um, everyone takes a shot at the top dog. Kevin is saying. Keith is saying, I miss my Grand Seiko. Maybe one day. Um, Mr.
Hope
Casio.
that day comes pretty soon for Keith.
Yeah, I miss having a Grand Seiko. Maybe the second time I send it, they can fix it. Dib
Probably
just
not.
went full.
They're bad.
Dib just went full TGV. Hey, Dib, let's take a look at
Yeah,
some releases. There are some that came out this week that were, interesting. Do you? I think this Diva tune just actually literally just came out a few hours ago. Well, it's a hands-on review. It looks like. Let's go with this Minase Seven Windows Urushi Hakose masterpieces. Uh, you're a fan of Minase, right?
I'm a big fan of Minase, but I haven't put my money
Yeah,
where it should be.
yeah. We saw
Uh,
them at Watch the Wind Up show
we
this year,
saw them at
last year.
Wind Up
Yeah,
Fair, and unfortunately, I'll have to mention this just once. Great pieces of work, craftsmen doing the work, and their booth is right beside Long
yeah,
Island Watch.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's like a tsunami of shitters on one side,
yeah.
and the dainty Japanese flower on the other side, and
This
nobody's looking at the flower.
this is a super interesting piece. I would love to see this in person. You have to see these in person, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
when you see them in pictures, it really, I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting, but you to fully appreciate, or for me anyway, I'll speak for myself, to fully appreciate that you really have to see them in person. It just takes it to a different level. And seeing this style, I mean, this is, I think it's fascinating. I think it's a really good looking piece.
Honestly, this article doesn't do any justice to that dial,
Hmm.
because this, I mean, when you look at the price, you'll be like, what are they? Why are they even charging this kind of money?
Right, right.
But in person, they were so impressive.
Yeah.
It's like buying what's that guy Corona?
Hmm.
Like you're buying a Corona just because of the dial,
Yeah.
and you're paying a premium for it with a very okay movement. It's the same.
Hmm.
It's the same concept here turned up to 11.
Yeah. Just over 16 on steel. 16 years actually, probably over 17 US, easily. Super interesting. I like it. I mean, I can never afford it, but I like it. Moving on. Um, hey, you um, are a fan, right? I mean, like, what do you think um, of this piece here? Seiko Doxa. Yeah, new Doxa. Well, I mean, a play on a Doxa here, right? The 300. Is this a 300D? Yeah.
It's a 300T. It's been artificially aged, both the bracelet, the case, and the dial. Um, this is going to appeal to many Clive Cussler fans, and this watch in our little circle, it's not been received very well. But so I was like, who is this watch for? And I started looking at Instagram and people's comments. They were overwhelmingly positive. I was surprised. I mean, I like this watch. I won't buy it because it looks like a piece of junk, but
Mm,
because it's artificially aged, and
yeah.
that's not my look. But what they have done with this watch, it's definitely going to appeal to somebody who have read Clive Cussler's novels. I have. I don't think it's a huge price premium over the standard 300T, but definitely, it's a very unique watch. You will never see one of these every day. I think the closest equivalent to these would be there's a higher line of Laco watches, which where they do the exact same thing. Like they'll turn their Flieger watches into something which looks like it's been in World War II.
Hmm.
There's a little bit of a negative connotation to that, just because Laco was supplying the watches to the Axis powers, specifically Nazis. So that's something not to glorify. But this watch, it's pretty good. Like what I would have liked, and this is the configuration I like it the most, if they could have kind of put a frayed NATO strap, or like a textile strap which is frayed. That would really improve the look of this watch, even more so
Mm.
than the bracelet.
Big Risk saying Doc's a fanboy here, not in love with this one. Clive Cussler watches should be
I
orange.
think they made a 750T, or maybe it was a 1200T, which paid homage to Clive Cussler.
Yeah. What is a Clive Cussler? Cussler,
He's an
Collins.
he's an author.
Big Patina is stolen valor. Earned those scratches like the rest of us. Yeah, yeah. I'm holding out for the Louis L'Amour doxa. That's what Chaz says. Uh, Clive Doc says gimmicky, less is more. The 1200T is amazing. Okay, and so the price point on these here, just over
2700, I think.
2700. Yeah, it looks like 2690. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's not like too much of a markup from the run of the mill 300T. So I guess I don't have I'm not gonna take too much issue with this one, even though I'm not a fan per se. Um, that just looks like an IWC. It just looks like a different steel and dial color. Um, let's take a look at this Octo Roma. I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? I mean, like nobody's gonna buy this, but maybe somebody will. Um, but looks like Bulgari's going back to their jeweler roots, right?
I think Bulgari is a brand which is doing amazing things with their watches.
Mm-hmm,
They are pricey, definitely, but um, they are a unique. They have a unique positioning in the market.
mm-hmm,
I think because whatever watches they're offering at the price they're offering it for, not these crazy watches, but just the standard Octo Finissimos or the World Timer or the new Octo Roma. I think they are, really good value for money watches. They are definitely not mainstream watches, I think, but I think this watch particularly might appeal to somebody who likes a little bit of flash, and they have the credit card to spend. I'm sure it's a wonderful technical piece of engineering inside, but from the outside, it's like, ugh. I mean, do I really want an octopus or a
mm.
Roman? Not my cup of tea. But I'm sure
And
they'll find somebody who really falls in love with this watch when they see it in person.
and it's not a cup of the cup of tea of for Big Wrist. He is not impressed. Hey, Paul. Paul's here.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, it is impressive. It has a hunter caseback style front opening. It has a tourbillon. I mean, props to the watchmakers for building this watch.
yeah, yeah,
It's a bit flashy, but
yeah. It's
that's how they
beautiful
roll.
though. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's more art um, than anything. Yuck, Bulgari, more like Vulgari. Oh, okay. I see what you did there, Orange Hand. Um, okay. Let's see if anything else has come in. Nah, we have limited edition Orions. We talked about the new World Timer last week, so it looks like we ran the gamut here. I mean, there is a Fortis Flieger F43 triple GMT. I think this is a good looking piece. Yeah, it's not so bad.
No, it's not.
But I'm not a buyer for this anyway. Um,
Well, there was one watch which was released, and I don't think anybody paid attention to it. And it's a brand which is very, near and dear to our friend Amin. It's a UN ocean
mm,
race driver chronograph. Sorry, race diver chronograph.
is that
Um,
did they have an article on monochrome? Did we miss that?
where did I read it? Hold on. I think it might have been in Blog to Watch. Yeah, it's in blog. It's in a Blog to Watch. So you can definitely find it there. It's very expensive, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know who's gonna be the buyer for this, but this is one of those brands which bleed money.
Hmm.
You'll get this for 7 grand in a year or two, less than seven.
Yeah,
It's a very sporty looking watch.
I'm a big fan of the Ocean Race. I mean, I know it's a collab or whatever, but um, yeah, I mean, it's good looking. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's been a
Uh,
slow week. We haven't
yeah.
really had a lot of releases this week. I guess we are still, half of the watches released at Watches and Wonders still, are not out yet. You can't really
Mm,
see them.
hmm
So,
what do you think is next by Omega? Like, do you have any thoughts on
well,
what they're
I
gonna do
keep
next?
hearing reports. Well, not second-hand everything. So please take my words with a grain of salt. There's supposed to be a smaller Blue Prof coming out.
Mm,
I wish them, they make the little Blue Prof a little less hideous than the big one. Definitely, you know, maybe an Aquaterra, updated Aquaterra, which you can get now,
yeah.
an updated Planet Ocean,
Mm,
where it's not as stubby, an updated Seamaster with some new color dials. I think that's probably what you're gonna get. I don't maybe an update to the Constellation Globemaster that's been
mm,
around since 2017.
hmm
I'm not sure how long they're going to soldier on that line just because it's never been a big seller.
yeah.
And but it's a great watch, but the design elements of the standard three-hander just feels a little wrong to me.
Mm,
It has that, what's it called, zirconium, or like the tungsten bezel. It's supposed to be a dressy watch, but it's brushed. It's not polished anywhere. It wants to compete against the Datejust, but I don't think that, something about the design doesn't sit well. But if you upgrade yourself to the annual calendar Globemaster constellation, yeah, then it's a different story. I think
yeah.
that's a great value watch. You can find it for almost 50% off used.
Yeah. Tom Baker, if you mention Islander Force and Squally on the same live stream feed, TGV will appear in the mirror.
Oh, you don't
Uh,
want that.
Forged carbon fiber belongs on Kmart bikes. Hey man, I bought a Kmart bike when I was a kid. It was a Huffy. It was a BMX bike. It was terrible. It was the heaviest thing in the world. All my friends were flying around with GTs and mongooses that were like feather light. I had this heavy ass Huffy. Um, thanks for reminding me of that, Bull. Chaz is saying, "What's the hottest white dial watch on the market right now, Deb?"
I don't know. Maybe a Christopher Watt 12. I hear that's the jam. Better than a Chapek, probably. That's what I keep hearing from everybody.
Fratello is telegraphing new Seamaster 300 with sword hands. That's what Orange Hand says.
That
Um,
would be cool. I don't think they've had the sword hands in at least 10 to 15 years.
yeah, Kevin is saying skeleton hands kill it for me. At least that is what I was told.
I don't mind it. I had the older generation non-wave dial Seamaster, and it just looks cool.
The dozen by CW. It's always the Panda Daytona for white dial. I guess Tom is saying that is the answer for it all. All right, man. All right. Hey, Deb, what do you got slated? Hey, give us a quick little movie review of the new Fast and Furious. What were your thoughts?
It's typical fanfare, like the the we have really run out of topics today. Um,
Well, it's in a slow week, man. Come on,
it's a slow
help me
week.
out.
It, I mean, they're decent cars in the movie.
Yeah.
Plot line, is it's like getting French cheese. There's a lot of holes in it. You're not really going there to. All right, I'm interested in the story. It's all about family. The so there's gonna be a sequel after this because the movie stopped, ended with a cliffhanger.
Of
Definitely.
course.
Of course, but these are like the last two parts. Like, this was the penultimate, and like the final part will probably come out, in a year or two. So
Oh, well, you have another year or two looking forward to that one. Hey, what's dibs? Oh, Bruno, you want to just trigger dibs, don't you?
no,
What's
no,
dibs
no.
next Long Island watch purchase?
When I'm taking a dump in the morning, I already see the Long Island watch, so I don't need to buy anymore.
Uh, butter or plain popcorn? Kevin wants to know.
Of course, butter,
Yeah,
the unhealthy kind.
yeah. Uh, so funny. They've taken 8 films not to find the goddamn racetrack.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not the purpose of that movie. Uh,
is it true that Jason Momoa stole the spotlight from Vin Diesel? Did
I think he was a breath of fresh air. You know, definitely. He added a little bit of spice to an otherwise stale movie.
question for you. Um, Crims Helmsworth or Jason Momoa?
Hmm. Acting chops, Chris Hemsworth.
Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, that's it.
That's it. I'm not going to expound on anything after that because it's like, walking into a trap.
No, no, no trap. We know that you're a big fan of Hemsworth, and seems like you're a fan of Jason Momoa. So I'm just wondering, just wondering, um, who would you risk it all for, Dib?
I wouldn't risk anything for a man, like if it was Anna de Armas, we'd be talking.
Yeah, Dib always goes for Hemsworth. That's his guy, 100%. That's his guy. Hey Dib, are you gonna do any shopping at the AD this weekend? Are you gonna take a look at anything? Are you gonna?
Now, my 54 is supposedly coming in.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
I'm hoping that I get it sooner rather than later. Mm. I
yeah.
we have a, Horological Society of New York sponsored, not sponsored, but they're coming to Atlanta for a watchmaking course. So that's that will be done tomorrow. Definitely excited to be a part of that, see how it works. And I just put a disclaimer up. There's gonna be a lot of curse words because I can't find anything.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Atlanta, whoa, what's going on here? How come you weren't at this?
uh Me going to Hodinki would kind of ruin their meet, just because it's a little pretentious for me.
Hmm.
Again, I know half of the people there, they're good friends, but it's not my scene. Like, I just can't look at Ben Clymer and ask him silly questions which might trigger him.
There he is. Hey, do you know these guys over here or no?
That's Jeff Stein, the guy with the glasses. He is one of the first and foremost figureheads for anything to do with Hoyer. He has a website called onthedash.com, so definitely check it out. Yeah, like any vintage Hoyer question, he's a very nice gentleman. You can always reach out to him.
Excellent, excellent. Looks like some people with some watches here. Some cool looking watches. All right. Yeah, yeah. Young lady. Women enjoying the watches.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a Manta? Looks like a Manta, right?
No,
Or no, no, you're right.
That's
That's
a Pepsi
Pepsi. You're right.
meter, right? G.
Oh, yeah. Or Manta. Um,
See, I mean, that's what I was saying. I don't know this dude, but he has.
that's Dan 911, isn't it?
No, that watch is very rare. It was a Asia only limited release. It's called the Matrix SBGJ 241. So that's what I'm saying. Grand Seiko has the momentum.
Yeah.
It remains to be seen whether they can keep it up.
Hey, there's Jason Momoa. Um, some more guys.
I wish our friend Ajay was in this picture. You know, like he already has the Hodinky hat,
Yeah.
and with the tote, he'd be, you know, like he'd be in the center.
You should have been in this picture, Dad. This is like the kind of picture where I can see you like behind these two in the middle with your arms around them, just having a grand old time.
Well, honestly, I feel like these shots are so cringe. Like this one, I don't mind because my face isn't in it. But
Yeah.
when I see like, you know, oh, look at my wrist and my face, I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like this one, kind of natural, but you know, like it's okay.
They
Uh,
both have their arms crossed. That's
yeah,
not
I mean,
natural.
still,
This guy's
I
wearing
think
his.
still better than doing this.
Oh, there's Ben. And then there's the guy saying, "Can you change my strap?" Um, there's this guy with his little knapsack, string knapsack.
Yep.
He probably rode his bike to the event. Um, and there's a couple guys here drinking some beers.
Mm-hmm.
Ben just totally does not want to be there. You can just tell.
Yeah, he looks like he's out of place in that picture.
This guy seems really happy. Hey, wearing a winter cap in
Yep.
Atlanta. That's always
It
that's
was
always
hot.
fun. That's
It was
always
hot
fun.
out there.
Yeah, it's always fun. Um, you got some peoples. Very nice. Hey, there's this guy and that guy. Yeah, that guy looks like he's an attorney. Um,
No, that's Frank. Nice
yeah,
guy.
Frank. Yeah, Frank the attorney. Yeah, there's a couple guys looking at. Oh, you guys see? Hey, I changed this strap over here. I was really proud of myself that day. All right. Oh, is that a mayor?
Yeah, I mean they're representing Wolfgang's watch, the best watch that was ever made.
A
The
mayor, a
best.
Weiss, and a Far? No,
No,
tag.
that's a tag.
Oh
Skipper.
wow. And that's an almost. Oh man, I'm totally off. Hey, I got a problem. When the mustache kind of blends in to the color of your skin, that's kind of
Hmm.
weird. It's a little weird.
So do you need to, you know, color it?
No, no, I just don't think you go mustache. I just think you
Okay.
just, you just wait until like you have a tan or
Hmm.
something or whatnot. Anyway, she's too good for that guy anyway. Um, little close up pictures here. Some watches.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like some Armour's
Yeah,
APs over there. Yeah,
a Rollo Chrono and a two-tone AP.
cool. Hey, this guy's forcing a smile. Up, watch. What a dick move.
That's the circle jerk picture of
Yeah,
watches.
yep. Hey, nice coat. Ben Clymer, right? Kissing
Yeah,
ass to Ben
that's
Clymer.
the Hodinkey Speedmaster.
That's the one that started it all. Hey, grab some beers. Look at our phones. Well, that was fun. Um,
Uh,
was that good? No, it wasn't. That wasn't good. Man. Hey, Thomas, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Um, well, yeah,
Honestly, before you love, you know, like before we
yeah,
sign up, I think I'm really hopeful that Omega comes out with a new speedy dial. Maybe
yeah,
that
yeah,
that would be cool. You
yeah.
know,
That would be
to
cool.
start to start going to the boutique and start begging for one. Yeah. That's how it goes now, right? You know, everything's
I know.
directed to the boutique. You know, they look at your purchase history and then, hey, you don't get a watch. That'll be
Yeah, I
fun.
mean, I know. I just feel like there's a little less sense of loyalty. Not that there's a lot of loyalty to the customer, but
Uh,
unless you spend big money, but I feel like there's a little bit less at the boutique.
I think the loyalty part is only true when you are loyal to the brand. The brand
Yeah,
is not loyal to you,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
100%. You know.
All right,
Take it.
the sign to land the plane here
Okay.
from
All
Chaz.
right.
Well, hey, Dib, thank you so much for coming on and being a good sport and doing the answering the questions. Chat. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I really really appreciate it. Sorry again, I'm not gonna be hosting Watch Soup this Sunday. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. Hopefully, um, Clayton and Sanjay will decide to do it. If not, then I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone, and stay safe. Take care. Good night.
Bye.